So I think we're almost past the boring stuff. Again, my disclaimer. Half my life I don't remember because I've been drunk and fucked up on drugs. The other half of my life I've been lied to by a fucking psychotic Christian fanatic cult made up of crooked cops, organized crime, treasonous military, and little PPDI baby killers who will steal dirty socks from a fucking homeless guy. So alright, everything was all about BMX. We were doing pretty good. Ran into a couple little girls. Their life was doing all right. But then, you realize you need money. You don't have any parents, not old enough to get a job. Uh, for some reason, unlike a Christian, I believe that stealing is wrong. I'm not going to steal from you and then say it was in the name of God, so it's good, or you owe me, so I steal from you. That's not. No, if you owe me, I'm gonna take it out on your face. All right, and trust me, some people owe me. These religious fucking cult members, we gonna have some fun. But so thieving wasn't really in it. So I had to figure out some way to do something, man. Eventually, I ran into this girl from school. I dated her friend. Nothing really happened there with her friend, but I started dating her, and man, this girl knew where to get some drugs. She was kind of pretty. She just nobody knew it. It was buried in there, so I didn't mind because I knew. You know what I mean? And man, she could just get any fucking drug you wanted. So we started the game small. Move a little weight here, move a little weight there, just enough to get some fucking chump change. And then I started living with her because, her boyfriend's sleeping out in the fucking woods, dirty as fuck. I'd have to come over there and take a shower anyway. She wasn't very clean either. I think that's something with American girls. They don't clean themselves, but I didn't learn that till later on in life. So we started moving weight with this Texas Syndicate fella who, as an older man, still lived with his mom. But he was one of the best drivers I ever seen, man. This dude could be driving down a road, lock off his arm, shoot up fucking whole bunch of cc's of crystal meth in his fucking arm while he's driving down the fucking road. And we'd just move weight. And that's how we got our money. I would spend time because that girl would go to school, and everybody else I knew went to school. So when I wasn't moving weight in the daytime, I was hanging out at this between two different places. One was a convenience store right in the middle of the neighborhood in the madhouse, and the other one was a bar right on the outside of the madhouse neighborhood. And back in the early 90s, mid 90s, nobody gave a fuck about checking for ID, man. I think I was like 10 years old, 11 years old, buying cigarettes, buying beer, walking into a bar, getting shots of whiskeys. Man, I barely see over the fucking pool table. So I was playing pool while I was waiting on time to move weight, time for work, right? And I had a couple unfortunate situations where I realized moving weight wasn't a good idea. Like there was this Harris County sheriff that used to go around the madhouse neighborhood, and he would try to do the best he could to catch any little girl doing whatever so he could tell them, hey, you want to go to jail or you want to make me happy? Which one's better? So he would also go up to all the drug dealers and pull them over or walk up on their house and knock up on the door. And these are the kind of people that they don't have no rights. I know a lot of y'all think Constitution, Bill of Rights, all that stuff matters, but it don't. That's a fucking story. And the longer this story goes on, the more you'll know that's true. So he would knock up on their door and be like, hey, I know you're selling drugs. You're going to give me all your drugs or you're about to go to fucking jail. What would you do? So they would give it to him. He would move it to us because we were kids. That didn't matter if we got caught or killed. Nobody gave a fuck about us. So we would move that weight, give him half the money, and split the rest between all of us because, I guess he was doing all the work, keeping all the other cops out the neighborhood. And whatever customers, we were already moving weight for that Texas Syndicate guy. so much that whatever the little police officer did, it was more doing work for him, um, to keep the cops off our ass, because he was the local police, and if we kept him happy, we didn't have to worry about going to jail. It didn't matter what the fuck we did. I mean, I am fucking 100% serious about that. It didn't matter what the fuck we did. Well, also around the same time, I was hanging around this guy named Hambone and his boys. And the rumor that he used to tell everybody is they call him Hambone because he fucked his daddy's pig and it squealed on him. Ha! Hambone. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so this crazy Alabama motherfucker knew this guy from Jamaica, and this dude used to ride around with fucking trash bags full of fucking marijuana. And also whatever else you could think of was moving in and out of his house. He was doing a bunch of stuff for Banditos. So as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old kid, I was moving weight for police, Texas Syndicate, and Banditos, making moonshine, all kind of shit, stealing cars. That was the only time I ever really stole. But we didn't steal, like, we wouldn't go chase after a Maserati or a Ducati like these stupid motherfuckers do nowadays. We would go for some old beater, because, man, those old 80s cars, you can start it with a screwdriver and don't even have to get into the car. I can start the car before I even break the window to get into it. Screwdriver, that's all you need. You didn't need nothing. It was easy. And we would just mostly take the cars to his chop shop, chop them apart, and build us a fucking car out of the pieces off of a crash car, so we could use the VIN numbers on the crash car's frame, build it back with, I mean, just junk. And then fucking everything else we'd fucking scrape for weight. I mean, sometimes we'd even get some of these big 80s, like Crown Victorias, shit like that, and pull it up on the scales, take the fucking oil plug out the side of the motor, stab the fucking gas tank with a fucking screwdriver, drive it up on the fucking scales, and then just walk home. And we did that a lot. Dude even had an ambulance that he cut into a record truck. So anyway, one of the problems this local police officer had is a lot of the little drug dealers in the Madhouse neighborhood knew how he was getting his drugs and was pretty unhappy about it. And a lot of these people were like Banditos, Texas Syndicate, because that was before cartels were even a thing. And so what they would do is they knew us kids were selling it for him, so they would come up to us kids and they would just take all our shit. They would take the drugs, they would take the money, and say, fuck that cop. And sometimes they didn't know that I was also moving weight for them and for Texas Syndicate. So it was like they were taking their own shit too, and it started making a lot of people unhappy. So sometimes we had a handle up on business, and back then I wasn't really trained like I am now. So in order to collect the money that was owed and to make an example out of these people, what me and Hambone Sons would do is Hambone Sons would light the fucking one Hambone Son would light the back of the house on fire, and me and the other son would stand out in front of the front door, and anybody that came outside, it didn't matter if you were 8-year-old girl, 80-year-old lady, it didn't matter if you were man, woman, child, we beat the fuck out of you with some baseball bats. And that sent the message pretty clear. But man, I had money, I had food, I had a lot of money. For a young kid, I had a lot of money and had food. And you got to think, I'm 12 years old, 13. A lot of money, a lot of food. Started being able to buy my own clothes. And I mean, I could walk into a bar and start fucking buy everybody a goddamn drink. Play pool all night long. And didn't have to worry about the police because he was in my pocket. He didn't want me to talk. If I talked, he got fucked. So They didn't give a fuck what we did. It's like, oh, a house burnt down over here. I don't know what the fuck happened. He looked the fuck the other way. So everything was going good for a minute. And again, I'm kind of still homeless, you know, bouncing from house to house. And this one guy, he was 82nd Airborne, SP4 Explosive Ordnance, Field Artillery, CIA Intelligence Assistance. This one dude was the real deal, right? So after he got out of Vietnam, his dad had a company that he took over after his dad died. And he would see me on the street. I mean, he knew what was up. Everybody knew what was up. But nobody could do nothing because the cops were in my pocket. And if you said something, more than likely your house was going to get set on fire. And we were going to be at your front door with a fucking baseball bat. And he took me to the side. And he was like, man, you're not going to live very long like that. And you're so fucking young. You're not going to live at all like that. So why don't you come work for me? I can pay you what I can pay you. It won't be as much as you're making, but at least you won't have to worry about dying. You know? I mean, you're a smart kid. You already figured out how to fucking play all these motherfuckers at such a young age. You already figured out how to move weight, go underneath radar, get revenge, and all kind of other bullshit. And like I said, at the same time, I was getting tired of it because I knew one day somebody was going to get hurt real bad, and statute of limitations don't run out on things like that. So I wanted to kind of hurry up and get out of it best I could. And we'll pick up on a different video on that on another day. That's good enough for today.